Hi everyone, this is Lisa Rusczyk, author of the Charlie the Cavalier book series, blogger, mom, lots of things, and today I want to show you how to create surveys to understand what your customers or your students would like. So please enroll in this class and I will show you a free tool to create surveys so you can either create better products or create better classes for your students that hopefully will create more income. Alright, let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to class. Again, my name is Lisa Rusczyk and I am the teacher for this class. We are going to be looking at what is called Google Forms. So if you go to google.com/forms, you will get to this page and you will need a Google account to be able to log in. I already have a Google account, so I'm going to log in. Alright, I use forms for lots of different things and I can just show you some of the questionnaires that I have and we'll learn how to create new ones. Alright, so if you go to also, another place you can go to is docs.google.com/forms, and that is another way to get here. All right, now we're going to look at some of the forms that I've created and how I can view customer responses. So here you can start a new form at the top and you can choose a blank one or from all different formats. That might be helpful. If you click more, you'll see more options too. So as you see here, you could make assessments, for example, quizzes. You can make contact information, RSVP, a party invite, t-shirt sign up, and different things even for work. So event feedback, order form, job application, time off request, work request. My husband is actually he works at a college in housing and sometimes they collect information using Google Forms this way. All right, so after you collect the information, it just goes into a spreadsheet, which is also free. All of this is free. All right, so let's go back. You may want to worry about security reasons, so you wouldn't want to collect social security numbers this way. You might want to be more secure with things like that. All right, so kids postcard questionnaire. At one point, I decided I was going to start to send kids postcards. So I created this questionnaire, and it said, "Would you be interested in a service? How much would you pay? How much would you want to pay for a year?" And I was thinking of another idea, sending a ball in the mail. So you can add additional comments or enter your email address if you're interested. And you can see I only got 4 responses, but you can see people were interested in this. You could see how much they would like to pay and how much they'd like to pay for a year. And finally, if they would like to get a ball in the mail. And the question for this was something I'd not be interested, so 4 people said no to that. All right, then you could see some responses below. All right, here comes the fun part. Let's create a form together, and I'm going to create one to collect student data. So I'll click on blank, and again, I'm at docs.google.com/forms, and I will give my form a name. So student interest form is what I will call this. Okay, and I could add a description here, but I'm not going to. So first I'll ask the first question, and you may want to actually write the questions that you're interested in writing before you start, but there's a lot of different formats that you could ask questions. So let's look at all the, it could be a short answer, a paragraph, so you would choose short answer if you don't want them to write too much. Multiple choice, they have to choose one of the options. Check boxes, they could choose multiple options. Drop down, they can only choose one, but they can, it'll be from a drop down list. A linear scale, that would be, for example, if they want to choose 10 to 1. If you do something like that, make sure that you write what 10 is and what 1 is, so because people may get confused and think 1's the best when it could be the worst. So something to think about. A multiple choice grid, that's an interesting one. I haven't seen that yet. Or you could include the date or the time. All right, so the first one that happened to be here was, let's choose multiple choice. Or let's just do short answer. So I could ask the students, what class would you like me to create next? All right, well, a short answer like this, someone may just look over it and not be that interested. So that's just so you know. And if you want to add a question, you could do that here. You could add a title or description here. Add an image. For example, I might want to add an image of my company here. Because this is currently available, I will choose this image. It'll just upload it to your Google Drive. That's where it'll go. Ooh, big image. Let's make it smaller. So a lot of my classes happen to be on creating well, authoring books or self-publishing. So I could also write, what class would you want to enroll in next? And I will make a multiple choice list. So for option 1, I'll just click here and I can choose income strategies. I just have some ideas of, I can have productivity here. And the last one I could write is entrepreneurship. What a word to spell. All right, if I right click, since it's underlined red, it will go and edit it for me. Let's see if I have anything else on here. Oh, I was thinking about doing teachers pay teachers. It's another way of an income stream, and a free blog option. All right, so those are my multiple choice questions, and I'm actually going to click and drag it above here, the first question, because then first they can answer one of these, and I'm going to actually make it check boxes so they can choose more than one. Then they can add one that isn't in there possibly, and just so you know, you can also add a video, so that if they could watch a video, for example, first and then respond, that's another way to do it. All right, so since this is called student interest form here, I'm going to, oh, it changed the title there, so that's great. So up here, you can also change the color palette. So I will choose gray. I'm into gray lately. You can preview it, so to see what it looks like. And I recommend just being the first person to fill it in, just so you know it's working. And you could choose some settings. So you could limit 1 response per person. If you do that, they would have to sign in. The respondents can edit after submitting or not. Then show a progress bar. I kind of like the look of that, just because another quick tip is you shouldn't have too many questions, because they're going to be less likely to fill it out or finish the survey. And you could shuffle the questions. This might be good if it was a multiple choice test and you didn't want kids to cheat, but I don't think you're worried about that in this class. And you could also have a confirmation message like, thank you so much for taking the time to fill out this form. So that's nice. Let's press save to make sure everything's good there. And finally, quizzes. You could make it a quiz, so you could release a grade or do different things there. Let's highlight this. So you can release a grade or show them the missed or incorrect or point value questions. So just so you know, that's available to you if you're interested. All right, so we're done filling out this form, and over here you'll be able to see the responses, and right here you can create a spreadsheet of your responses. And once you've created one, it'll just be there. All right, so let's go back and find the link for this form so we could start sending it to people. So my student interest form is here. All right, we're going to preview the form here, and this is where we're going to highlight the link, and we're going to copy and paste that to send it to people, but let's also try it. So I will select a few of these. I will answer yes to all, but they could write whatever they want, and I'll finally click submit. So as you see, it has our response. Thank you so much for filling out this form. And let's go in and we'll go to the responses over here, so you can see what people chose and the responses. You could add an email address too to add to your mailing list, because it's always important to try and collect emails. All right, so hopefully you learned some things here in our student interest form. Hi, great, you made it to the end of the class. I hope you learned something and you can use surveys to either collect data from your students or your customers to create better products for the future. So if you like this class, please give it a positive review. You can hear my dog in the background on the floor. That's Charlie the Cavalier. And for your class project, it's to go to Google Docs and create a form and share it with the class. We'd love to see it and possibly fill it out if it applies to us. Please check out my other classes and follow me. And you can contact me at any time. You can go to my website, lisarusczyk.com. And I would love to hear from you. All right, have a great day. Thanks. Bye. All right, let's look at some other forms that I've created in the past. So I self-published books, so this is a way to get people's email addresses, so when the book is free, I could send it to them. So this is 50 Things to Know About Getting Free Stuff to Review, Kindle Edition Review. There's a link to the book, so you can add links. I have my publishing image here, and then they could add an email address. And then I have an option so I could put them onto my mailing list if they're interested. So that's one form I've created. Here's another one, 50 Things to Know. Be the first to read and review 50 Things to Know books. So I have lots of 50 Things to Know books, and this is just to collect email to see if they're interested in getting other books to review. All right, this one is another review form for children's books, so I made it look a little different, but you could see here you can choose different fonts and images to make the forms look different. I also go to, it's called the Commonplace Church. It's a coffee shop church, and we meet in a coffee shop. So I was asked to create this form for the church directory, and so you can create forms like that. Here is a joke book review, another review, same kind of information. It looks different, so I thought I'd show you. And the easiest review form just has their name and email address. So this is one way to collect information from your customers or students, and hopefully these will give you some ideas in creating your own.